Okay, Washington is the expert of retreat. Overnight, Washington removes his troops under cover of darkness from Brooklyn Heights and brings them into New York. And we'll see, I think even in the course of today's lecture, Howe does this again. That he does well in a battle, he assumes that things are going so swimmingly that, okay, tomorrow we'll finish things off, and Washington manages to make a hasty retreat, and things continue. So Washington removes his troops under cover of darkness to New York City, and basically for the next 2 months there's a series of minor battles in New York. There's one in Harlem Heights, there's one in White Plains. Howe keeps trying to circle the Continental Army, and Washington keeps retreating, one way or another, pretty skillfully, helped always in his retreating by the fact that Howe is so slow to just advance and conquer. Ultimately, Washington fled across New Jersey, over the Delaware River, while Howe, who now is in possession of New York, also seizes Newport, Rhode Island, and establishes outposts in New Jersey. So things are not looking wonderful for the Americans at this point, and the British seem to be doing quite well. But here we do see one of Washington's most characteristic war maneuvers, because rather than just sort of standing there and engaging with the British, he withdraws and he withdraws and he withdraws again and again and again. Throughout the entire war, he continually maneuvered his army so that if the circumstances didn't seem overwhelmingly favorable for the American army, he could just retreat to a more secure spot. Now, obviously, the strategy of retreat would not have been necessarily overwhelmingly inspiring to Americans at the time. It did not also necessarily strike fear into the hearts of the British at first. Washington's the guy who retreats. This had some people feeling a little bit gloomy and not always hopeful. He's the army that disappears.